Welcome to Work Condition. My name is Joe. I want to talk about way too much. With that being said, feel free to join me in the comment section down below and give me your thoughts on the topic that we're about to talk right now. So, what did Dak Prescott prove to me this past weekend? Dak Prescott was able to bring the Cowboys back down 20 points against the Atlanta Falcons and was able to lead his team on a game-winning field goal drive to complete the entire comeback against the Atlanta Falcons. And it's funny because as soon as that happened, my DMs were blowing up. Oh, you're wrong about Dak Prescott, and does that look like a fourth rounder to you? Or, you see, Dak's our guy. Dak's our guy. And all I have to say to that is, really? Really? I mean, first of all, I picked the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I didn't think it was going to take a 20-point comeback to get that done, but I thought they would win, and I thought Dak would put up numbers, and both happened. And here's the thing, though, about this entire situation. What should this prove to anybody? I mean, what's been the debate, not just of what I've said, but what of other journalists, other people and other journalists have said in sports? What's the biggest knock on Dak? Plays really good against the bad teams, plays horrible against the good teams. And that's all everyone has said. That and the fact that, he's just not worth the money that he's trying to get from the Dallas Cowboys organization. I mean, I'll give him this. It was impressive. A lot of people would have just given up and just gotten and continued to keep rolling, but they kept fighting and they won. But there's a lot of concerns with this Cowboy team. Here's the thing. When you're down 20 points and you look at, the lost fumbles and the fake punts and coaching decisions, we all thought that Jason Garrett was a problem. And as soon as, Jason Garrett was going to leave the organization, the coaching was going to get better and the decision making and game plans were going to get better. But here's the thing. It doesn't look like they're getting that better. Last week against the Rams, Mike McCarthy went for it instead of kicking the field goal in an obvious situation to kick a field goal and tie the game. Then after that, this coming week, you go for it on a fake punt in the first quarter. I understand if it's fourth game on the line, I'm not going to really knock him for the second fake punt. But the first one was, a head scratcher. And the fact that in the way that they executed those punts was just terrible. And now, Dak, though. The subject of the video, Dak. What to make of him? Again, I say that Dak plays like a fourth rounder just because of the fact that he just needs the situations to be perfect for him. I understand that football is a team sport, but come on, people. Here's the thing about him. All I know is, again, the knock. Good against bad teams, bad against good teams. When the situation isn't perfect for him, when he's down a couple linemen and protection isn't great, you struggle. It's not even a game. When his top receiver's out, it's not even a game. Look at what happened when Amari went down against the Jets last season. Look at a game where the Cowboys played the Falcons a couple years back and there was no Zeke. Look at the struggles there. That's all I'm telling you. But Joe, Dak's numbers, who is better than Dak last season? Okay, here's the thing. He posted about top 5 to top 10 numbers, but what does that really mean in football right now? If being a good quarterback, dependent on the kind of numbers you put, Kirk Cousins would be in the top 8 quarterbacks list every single year. If posting numbers and having a great statistical year is truly what mattered, then why do we have these long talks this entire offseason about Dak Prescott and whether he's going to sign the contract or not, or what's the number? Jerry's got money, and don't blame it on the cap because Jerry pays everybody. He paid Zeke, he paid Jalen, he paid Amari, and he's given the world to Dak. When it comes to the kind of weapons that he has, a top 8 offensive line, people, a top 3 running back, a top 5 receiving core, even spent a first round pick when they desperately needed help in the secondary on another receiver for him. And regardless of the situation, when it comes down to playing against the good teams, he's going to continue to struggle. I'm not sold on this. I need to see Dak win a couple games against some really good teams. This Sunday, it's going to be the real test when he plays against Seattle. Chances are they're going to lose that game and they're going to be 1-2, and, you know, I'm not going to hear a peep out of Cowboy fans. I'm probably not. Because I'm sick and tired of this whole debate on whether, or people telling me that, you know, Dak's a real threat. Or what? He's a great fantasy player, without a doubt. But if you want to come at me and tell me that, you know, who was better than him last season or who's better than him number-wise, go for it. The numbers don't matter. Watch the games. You have your answers when you look at that. I mean, really, last season Dak was 1-6 when he went up against playoff teams. And when it mattered the most, with the game on the line, when his team needed him to produce, he couldn't put up points. Plain and simple. He's on a hell of a run right now, but as far as I know, don't come at me after you beat the Falcons. They haven't been relevant in 3 years. Haven't made the playoffs the last 2 seasons. Haven't even had a winning record in the last 2 years. Their head coach is on his way out. He's probably a couple weeks away from being truly in the hot seat and getting fired. It's a lame duck coach. Don't come bragging about Atlanta. That's like a 25-year-old bragging about beating a middle school kid in a game of horse, for crying out loud. Don't come at me with that. So, to end this all, you know, the opinion just doesn't change. If stats were really what dictates how good of a quarterback you are, Dallas would have signed him. But they're not. They're not sold on him. And that's that. So this win doesn't mean anything. If you truly want to see what Dak's all about, go ahead and watch this Sunday night's game, or not Sunday nights, but this Sunday's game against the Seattle Seahawks. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave it a like, and if you enjoy content like this, feel free to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.